That's all it means, Mr. Speaker. You either male or female. And just so we could understand how simple it is, Mr. Speaker, when you travel and you fill out a form, it says sex, M or F, male or female. You either one of the two. Now, Mr. Speaker, this is not just opinion, you know. This is based on science, Mr. Speaker. Science. The law in the UK and the Bahamas is based on science. Either you male, you got the XY, or you female, you have the XX. Now, you could change what you want to change. You could cut, you could stitch, you could do whatever you want to do, Mr. Speaker. Whatever you want to do. You can't change what you were born with, Mr. Speaker, and what the Lord put in you. You can't change that. Now, Mr. Speaker, that is settled law. I can get to that. You just quiet. I get into that. I get into that. So, Mr. Speaker, it's settled. Now, where does the confusion come in? And I will say to you, Mr. Deputy, that Marco City is introducing confusion into what is really a simple legal issue.
Member, kindly yield. Member for Marco City.
Sorry, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, member.
I insist that the member withdraws that. He's now speaking
Withdraw,
about my privilege
withdraw,
to speak.
withdraw
that
exactly
I'm
what?
introducing confusion. He may disagree with me. He may disagree with me, and he may say he disagrees.
No problem. No
But
problem.
he's imputing a motive to me to introduce.
He's indicating it's not a problem. Member, would you kindly withdraw?
No problem. Let me make it clear
Withdrawn.
that I inherently disagree with the position of the member for Marco City.
Thank you,
So
Honorable.
everything that I'm saying, I will either refer to as law, which I am, or it will be a part of my opinion. And in my opinion, Mr. Speaker, the member for Marco City is introducing confusion into what, to me, is a simple legal issue. The fact of what he's saying, I will explain that, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, there is a distinction worldwide now between sex, and sexual orientation. Let me repeat that, Mr. Speaker. There is a distinction between discrimination based on sex and discrimination based on sexual orientation. I can say it one more time, Mr. Speaker, because this is important. And I'm saying it, Mr. Speaker, because this really is the crux of the matter. There is a distinction worldwide now between discrimination based on sex and discrimination based on sexual orientation. Now, let's not confuse the two in here. Let's not confuse the two, Mr. Speaker. You can't merge the two, although some places they are. In the Bahamas, we ain't merging the two. So, Mr. Speaker, when you look at the issue of sex and sexual orientation, I spoke before that you cannot change your sex. Your sex is you're either male or female. Now, your orientation, you could do what you want to do with that. You could do whatever you want to do with that. That's your right. You could change what you want to change. That's your orientation. That ain't what God gave you. That ain't what he put in you. That's what you did to yourself, or man did to you. I talking about what God gave to you and what God did to you, Mr. Speaker, male or female. Let's not confuse those two, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, in certain jurisdictions, Mr. Speaker, they protect persons against discrimination on the grounds of sex and sexual orientation. On the grounds of sex and sexual orientation. They protect them against discrimination. They do. That's a fact.